In last lecture, we already started one topic. The title of that particular topic is Molecular Basis of Inheritance. In the first lecture of that specific topic, we only discuss the discovery of a nucleic acid or the discovery of a DNA, which is done by scientist Friedrich Miescher in 1869 briefly. Now, in this lecture, we have discussed how the DNA act as a genetic material. How the DNA act as a genetic material. As concerned this DNA act as a genetic material, we have to discuss the three different experiments, three different theories performed by the different scientists. Now, in these three different experiments, the first experiment performed in 1928 by the scientist Griffith. This experiment, which focus the light on the DNA, how it acts as a genetic material. Okay. Now see here, in 1928, the experiment performed by the Griffith. For his experiment, first he used one specific bacteria. The name of that particular bacteria is Streptococcus pneumoniae. See here. Now the bacteria which is used by the scientist Griffith in 1928, the Streptococcus pneumoniae. The Streptococcus pneumoniae has the two specific strains. Now the first type it is called as S type bacteria. In the second strain, here it is called as R type. Now first we discuss what is meant by exact the nature of S type bacteria and what is the exact property of the nature of R type. Now when we discuss the first characteristics of the property compared to S and R, for here it is encapsulated. S type bacteria it is encapsulated, and when we see the R type bacteria, here it is non-capsulated. Here it is non-capsulated. Now this is the first difference as concerned the two strains of the specific bacteria, that is Streptococcus pneumoniae. Now the second thing as concerned the S type of bacteria, here it is virulent. Here R type strain, here it is non-virulent. Okay, see. Now when we say the virulent and non-virulent, the specific organism, the specific bacteria which has a capacity after the infection, it forms the disease. Now that specific bacteria, the organism is said to be pathogenic, or here it is virulent. It has a capacity to create the disease. Here there is no capacity after the infection from the specific disease. Now the Streptococcus pneumoniae, that specific bacteria, it causes disease pneumonia. It causes the disease pneumonia in the humans, and especially the mammals. Okay, the disease pneumonia which leads to death. Now the first type of this Streptococcus pneumonia, which is called S type bacteria, here it is encapsulated, here it is virulent, it has capacity to create the disease. Hence again here it is said to be pathogenic. Here there is no capacity to form the specific disease, and here it is said to be again the non-pathogenic. Now the next very important difference as concerning the S type and R type strain. Okay, here it is S, it stands for smooth. Yes, here it is stand for smooth, and R here it is stand for rough. In this way, these are the three different characteristics. These are the three different specific silent features as concerned the specific characteristics of S type bacteria and R. Now this is a very important part as concerned the Griffith's experiment. Once again I repeat, the specific bacteria, that is Streptococcus pneumoniae, it forms the specific disease in the human or the mammalian group. The disease it is said to be pneumonia, which leads to death. Okay. Now, as concerns the Streptococcus pneumoniae, again having the two specific strains, again having the two specific types. Now the first one here it is to be S strain and the second here it is said to be R. Then question are, what are the salient features? What are the in general characteristics of first that is S type bacteria and second one that is R type bacteria? We compare both. Now the first S type bacteria here it is encapsulated, means have the capsule, have the specific protective covering. Okay, here there is no capsule, no specific covering, then the characteristics automatically non-capsulated. Now the S type bacteria has a potential, has a capacity, has the ability infect and finally form the specific disease which is called as the pneumonia. Okay, here there is no potential to after the infection create the disease pneumonia. And the last, here it is smooth and here it is rough. In this way, this is as concerned the very important part, as concerned the Griff's experiment, the two strains of bacteria Streptococcus pneumonia. Okay, now we have to discuss another thing as concerned the entire experiment. Now that bacteria, okay, have the two strains. Okay, now this is the first thing you say that as concerned the experimental view. Now second, we completed the experiment with the help of mouse. When we say the entire experiment, in the entire experiment of Griff, there are four different steps. Now first we complete. Okay, this is you say the S type bacteria. When the S type bacteria, okay, it infect. S type bacteria, it infect to the mouse. What is the result? After the successful infection of S type bacteria to the mouse or the mice, there is a formation of disease, pneumonia, which leads to death. Okay, observation. Now the second step, which is performed by the scientist Griff. R type bacteria or the R strain you say again there is an infection, same to the mice. What happens after the infection? There is no pneumonia, no death. There is no formation of disease which is called as pneumonia. Again, there is no death of that particular mouse or the mice. Now the third step as concerned the experiment. Okay, here what happened? That specific S type. Here it is heat kill. And after the heat kill, again there is a infection to the mouse. What happens? Again there is no pneumonia. When there is no pneumonia, no there is a death of that particular mouse. Now the last step, he was completed. That time he again used that heat killed S type. That is heat killed S type plus R type. Again there is an infection. And observe what happens with the mouse. Here what happened in the last step? He used for the experiment for that S type heat kill contain plus there is a R type. Okay. Collectively there is infection to the mouse. After the infection there is a result. What happens? Again there is a development of disease pneumonia. And finally there is a death of mouse. With the help of these four different steps. In 1928 by the scientist Griff conclude. What he conclude? There is something specific present. In the S type heat killer. There is something specific present. What is the exact? That time not known. Something specific present in the S type heat killer which convert that like R type into S type. That is R type into S type. Okay, non-virulent type to the virulent, non-pathogenic to the pathogenic. But that specific content which is responsible for the conversion R to S or the non-pathogenic or to the pathogenic, not known, but that time that specific substance he was called transforming principle. He was called that specific thing transforming principle. Okay. Now this is the in general entire idea of the Griff's experiment which is performed in the 1920. Got it? Now this is the first thing, first step towards to prove the DNA detect as a genetic material. Got it? Entire idea? Clear idea. As also the first experiment which is performed by the scientist Griff in 1928 for the DNA how it detect as a genetic material. Okay. Now the specific substance. Today we say a lot what the DNA detect as a genetic material. But in 1928, Griff told that time what about something specific substance, not exact the DNA, something specific substance which is responsible for the conversion of the from the hit killed S type to the R again it becomes the virulent or the as like the S type. That specific substance called as transforming principle. In this way, this is the entire idea. Okay. Now we have to discuss the second experiment. We have to discuss the second experiment which is performed by the three different scientists, that is Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy in 1944. 1944. Okay. Now the second experiment which is give the first time light or the first proof as concerned the DNA detect as a genetic material. Okay. Now the three different scientists in 1944 perform the experiment. First that is Avery, second scientist that is MacLeod, and the third scientist that is McCarthy. These are three scientists perform the specific experiment. First evidence, first step which prove the DNA detect as a genetic material. What happens at that time by these three different scientists in 1944 related to this experiment? They separated the protein, they separated the RNA, and they separated the DNA from the S type and the R type. They separated the first one that is protein, second one that is RNA, and third one that is DNA. Okay. And mixed with that separated part, that is protein, RNA and DNA. These are three different specific substances mixed with the heat killed S type, mixed with the heat killed S type and the R type separately, and the R type separately, and observe what happens. In the first step, protein mixed. In second step, RNA mixed, and in third step, DNA mixed. Now with the heat killed S type as well as the R type. Now first question. When they mix with the protein with the heat killed S type, okay? Heat killed S type, heat killed S type, okay? Protein when mixed with the heat killed S type, there is a no change. There is no change. Again, RNA, there is no change. But when they mix with the DNA, they mix with the DNA to the hit killed yesterday, then there is a change. There is a change. There is a change. Again, they do the same thing with the R type. Means first protein mixed with the R type. Second, RNA mixed with the R type. And the DNA mixed with the R type. Here, same in first and second, there is no change. There is no change. But when they mix the DNA with the R type, there is a change. There is a change. Okay. Now, when we discuss the every McCarthy, okay, this is the first thing. This is the first thing. Second thing, again they use the three different enzymes. Now the first enzyme, protease. Second enzyme, RNase. And the third enzyme, DNA. It destroys the proteins. It destroys the RNA. It destroys the DNA. When they use protein, no effect. When they use RNA, no effect. But when they use the DNA enzyme, again there is a effect. Means there is a no change. There is a no change. With the help of this thing, with the help of this thing, or with the help of these three different steps. These are three different steps. And finally, with the help of three enzyme steps, finally they conclude that the DNA it acts as a genetic material. Finally, they conclude that the DNA it acts as a genetic material. In this way, this is the second thing as concerned, which prove the DNA it is the first time the genetic material in 1944 by the three different scientists, that is Avery, McLeod, McCarthy. Okay, this is the second experiment. Okay, now we have to discuss the last experiment. Now we have to discuss the last experiment, which is performed by Hershey and Chase, which is performed by the two different scientists. First one that is Hershey and second one that is Chase. Okay. Now the first two experiments, that is Griggs experiment and the second experiment. Now we see the last experiment, which proves clearly the DNA acts as a genetic material. Now the last experiment performed in 1952 by the scientists Hershey and Chase. These two scientists come together and perform one specific experiment which gives the clear idea that DNA acts as a genetic material. First time they use the bacteriophage, that is viruses, for the experiment. Now in first and second experiment, it is with the help of bacteria. Now the third experiment, again it is with the help of bacteria plus first time they use the bacteriophages, that is viruses. Now there are specific stages. Now the first they use, that is bacteriophages. First time, bacteriophages, that is, these are the viruses. These are the viruses. Now all of you well know that the viruses, what is there we observe? Only the two things, that is protein code plus the central important material, that is DNA. Means when we observe the entire viruses, only two things are present: the DNA and plus the code, that is protein code. Okay. Now see here how they proceed. First, they complete the growth of that particular virus, the growth of that particular virus on two different mediums. Now here there is a medium with the radioactive, phosphorus. And the second thing, they complete the growth of the viruses on the medium plus radioactive, sulfur. This is the medium with the radioactive phosphorus. This is the medium with the radioactive sulfur. They complete the growth of the viruses. They complete the growth of the viruses in that specifically. Here what happens when we observe the viruses? These viruses become the radioactive. These viruses become the radioactive. That is, radioactivity is present in the DNA because the phosphorus present within the DNA. In the DNA it becomes the radioactive in the radioactive virus. Here what happens when we observe the entire structure of that specific virus? Here the protein coat it becomes. Here the protein coat it becomes radioactive. It becomes radioactive because this sulfur it is not present within the DNA. Yes, here the coat it becomes the radioactive. The radioactivity is present in the protein coat, and here the radioactivity is present in the DNA. Why? Because the phosphorus it is present in the DNA, and the DNA it becomes radioactive. Here the sulfur it is present in the medium, but the sulfur it is not present in the DNA. Hence here what happens? Only the coat, the protein coat it becomes the radioactive. After the successful growth, they infect the bacteria. Here the growth of the bacteria it is completed in the medium with normal phosphorus. What I say? With normal phosphorus. Again the growth of the bacteria it is completed with the medium with the normal sulfur. Now the viruses infect to both. The medium with the normal phosphorus and medium with the normal sulfur. Here what happens? After the successful infection, they do the centrifugation. After the successful centrifugation, after the successful separation, the supernatant plus cells. The supernatant present here, the cells are present here. The supernatant present here, the cells are present here within the test tube. When they observe the test tube, the specific bacteria which are infected by the radioactive DNA, the cells are there. Mean the radioactivity is present in this. That is cell, and here there is no radioactivity. Here what happens? The bacteria which is infected by the radioactive protein coat, the radioactivity is present in the supernatant, not the radioactivity or the not cells they become the radioactive. It clearly proves that. Here the radioactive cells are present. Here there is no radioactivity is present. Here there is no radioactivity in the supernatant. Here there is the radioactivity is present in the supernatant with the sulfur. Here the radioactivity is present with the phosphorus. Means it clearly proves that the DNA is responsible from transfer of one to the another. The specific DNA which is present in the virus, again it is transferred in the E. coli bacteria, and the cells become the radioactive. Here the protein coat. Here within the cell there is no radioactivity. The radioactivity is present in the supernatant. Means the DNA it is only responsible for the transfer from one to the another. In this way, with the help of the three different experiments, the first experiment which is performed by the Crick in 1928, something responsible, that is transforming principle. This is the entire conclusion. In the second, they complete the DNA is responsible for the genetic material. But in the last experiment, which is performed in the 1952 by the Hershey and Chase, they clearly proves that, they clearly shows that the DNA and only the DNA it is responsible for the genetic material or the transformation from one to another. In this way, these these are the three different milestones which prove the DNA detected as a genetic material. Thank you.